Hello and welcome to this edition of Kpsn. Cue the groundhogs, February has arrived. It matters not whether Phil saw his shadow yesterday, because our girls basketball team has something to prove as they attempt to knock the Franklin Panthers out of first place in the Hawk. During their rematch today at 6:30, this will be a big game for the girls as they lost to the Panthers 54-43 earlier in the season. On Tuesday night, the girls kept their 6-game winning streak going with a 54-59 victory against Mansfield, led by Emily Sawyer with an impressive 28 points and 19 rebounds. Sawyer had several key plays throughout the game that kept the team in the lead. Bring it on, Panthers!
How are you feeling tying your career high of 28 points?
I'm very proud of myself for tying my career high, and I definitely think that if I can do it against Franklin, it'll help us beat them for the first time in a very long time. So. Yeah, I'm very proud. Hopefully I can do it again.
How's the team preparing for a rematch against Franklin?
We've just been working harder in practice after our first game. We know what we have to work on now, and our first game against Franklin was pretty close, so we think that this time we'll be able to come back and beat them on our home court.
We're going to win this one. We've been working really hard. We're practicing, our practices have been really targeted towards the teams we're playing, so I think we have a good chance of winning tomorrow.
The future looks very good for our girls hoops program. Our freshman girls basketball is undefeated with a 9-0 record with 6 games remaining in the season. They won their last game against Ton with a final score of 77-15. The score at the end of the first quarter was 41-0. How's that for a strong defense? The team has been working hard under the direction of Dom Sergio, and they are ready to keep that winning streak going when they take on the Panthers today at 3:45.
Right now we're undefeated. It's been a hard season keeping up with all the good teams, especially Franklin and Mansfield. I mean, we only beat them by a couple points, so it's been kind of hard, but we're keeping up with it. I think our biggest strength is our defense. We're very good at a lot of the girls are very good at stealing the ball. They're always on their girl.
And we're just all good with communication, so it helps.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to try and keep the undefeated season up, but we're gonna try our best.
There's no doubt the energy from this team will help our varsity team mentally prepare for one of the biggest games of their season. Good luck, girls.
Our boys basketball team is at a hot 8-5 record as we near the final games before the playoffs. After losing a tough one in Canton by 5, our Warriors bounced back with maybe their biggest win of the season so far, knocking off the 3rd-ranked Taunton Tigers in blowout fashion. The energy was there from the start with steals, threes, and a pair of dunks from Captain Willa Plant. The boys hit a whopping 13 threes to help lead them to victory on Friday. Sophomores Jack Assini and Tommy Kilroy took over in the win against Taunton. Assini had 15 points and was active on defense, and Kilroy led the team in scoring with 21 points. What happened in Taunton to make you shine brighter than them all like the North Star?
It was the crowd. Look what happens. We got a crowd with us. We got people behind our back, cheering for us. We're a whole different team. We feed off that energy, and I was one of them that was feeding off of it. I love to get to that corner, right in front of that student section. I like to hear them talk to me. It's fun. It makes it exciting. I'm just happy for the opportunity, man. I had to shine.
5 charges over this week so far. What do you think defense does to help make KP a 500 team now?
That's what I'm looking to do. I'm looking to go in there and make a difference any way possible. If that means sacrificing my body, I'm going to do that. In this league, if you hold anyone to 50 points here in the game, then that's what we look to do. Sometimes it happens. We held Taunton to 51 points. That's a team that averages way more than that, so holding them to that gives us a good opportunity to win that game.
The Warriors faced #1 ranked Mansfield on Tuesday, their toughest test yet. Unfortunately, the boys lost in a battle 69-53. The Hornets' sharpshooting offense was too much.
Stayed in the game the whole time, fought really, really hard. It was a close game up until the 4th quarter. They just started to pull away. They didn't really miss threes. We couldn't hit ours, yeah.
We had a tough game against Mansfield there, but they're one of the best teams in the state.
They travel tonight to take on the Franklin Panthers in a huge rivalry game. The team is counting on some loud and proud fans to come support them as they continue to push towards the playoffs.
Franklin on Friday. How we feeling? I mean, we're going in pretty well. Tough loss to them last time, but we were right there. I think we got the W coming.
Well, Franklin's a tough team. We lost to them the first game, but I think we can come out with a win. As long as we run the right offense, play good defense, we'll be good.
We need to step up our defense. We're playing Franklin. We're one of the toughest teams in the Hawk. I mean, they always put up a great game against us. They have some good players. I know one of their kids is averaging, I think, 20, something like that. He's a great shooter. So defensively, we need to step it up. Hopefully put a senior in there to guard him because, he's locked down on D. But yeah, generate some offense and basically just stop him on defense and get out and run.
We're 8-5. We're ranked 4th in the Hawk right now, so a lot better than the previous years. Finally turning it around, playing as a team. And
am I going to see a playoff appearance this year?
Yes, you will see a playoff appearance this year.
Thank you, Senior Captain Willa Plant.
Yes, sir, Roy! The wrestling team is coming off a weekend where they finished with a 3-0 record against Canton, Stoughton, and Foxborough. The team continues to get stronger and more competitive as Captain Colby Cloutier continues to dominate on the mat. He went 3-0 in his matches over the weekend. The team will be preparing for their tri-meet on Saturday against Walpole and Canton and are hoping for a similar outcome to close the gap between them and Taunton for second place in the Hawk.
So I'm here with Captain Colby Cloutier. He went 3-0 with 3 pins this week, and how does that feel to open up the season?
I mean, it feels good. There was a lot of energy on the bench, and as a team, we all did really good.
I'm here with Griffin McCready going 3-0 in his first 3 matches. How does that feel as a freshman?
Tough day. I'm wrestling with a lot of high-level guys, and I'm competing with some of them, but there's still a lot of room for improvement, and there's enough time left in the season for me to improve. I'm helping a lot of our freshmen or just simply new wrestlers get into it, and I'm trying to help them pick up on all the little tiny things that I might have missed when I first started. We're getting everyone ready for sectionals next weekend with more individualized practices, and it's more helpful for everyone individually now.
Last week was a tough one for our boys hockey team. They tied all our games 4-4 on Wednesday night and lost to Archbishop Williams on Saturday 4-1. Despite the loss, they're back on the ice at practice to improve their offensive game. Junior captain Max Robeson scored the 1 goal for the Warriors in the 3rd period. And he also scored 2 goals in a huge 4-1 win against Mansfield on Wednesday. With no games this weekend, they will have a game on Monday prior to their senior night game against Bishop Fien next week. This will be a big game, so save the date, February 11th, to come support.
You guys just came off an electric W against Mansfield 4-1. How do you guys feel coming into this Arlington Catholic game?
It was good. Definitely needed a win after a couple losses, but feeling good. I think we definitely have a chance against them. And then we got Fiend coming up after that. Feeling confident.
We're going to be slinging the biscuit Monday and Tuesday, but we got Saturday and Sunday to rest and recover, and we're going to be pedal to the metal on the boys. So.
Yeah, tough opponent on Monday. We got Norwood. I think they're like D2. I don't know. It's gonna be a good game.
Make it all pack in together. We can get pucks deep. Just get gritty and win the battles in front of the net, and I think we can make a good run.
This past weekend was a success for our girls hockey team. They faced the Hockomock Stars at the Foxborough Sports Center, and our Warriors put 9 goals past the Stars. They were led by junior Kelly Holmes with 4 goals and 4 assists. In fact, she was named Player of the Week for having the most points this past week. However, it was not enough to keep them in first place. On Wednesday, they took on the team with the #1 spot, the Canton Bulldogs. Unfortunately, they could not keep up and took a loss, with the final score being 5-2. Our girls are holding on to their 2nd place, and they are looking for a much-needed win on Monday against Arlington Catholic.
Our season isn't going exactly how we want, but we have a lot of young people on our team. We have a few 8th graders, and we're kind of just figuring things out after losing a bunch of our seniors, but I think that our games coming up are looking pretty bright, and we have a good shot at the tournament. On Saturday, we have our senior night, so we get to represent all of our seniors and kind of celebrate them and all that they've accomplished and done for our program.
Our cheer team has been busy preparing for their first competition slated for February 11th in Natick. The program is thriving with 13 girls on the varsity team and 10 on JV. The team will be hosting their very first competition on their home court coming up on February 19th. Get that date on your calendar as the team is really hoping for some support from Warrior Nation.
Everybody's trying their hardest. We worked on our pyramid yesterday, and then we're going to Full House again today to practice dance and tumbling. And hopefully we do good at regionals this year and make it to states, and everybody's trying the best they can.
It's been 2 weeks since the ski team's last race due to weather complications. Our mild and rainy weather has not been great for skiing conditions. However, neither the boys nor the girls team looks to let this affect them, as they have been practicing hard with each chance they get at ski award. After having an excellent race where they placed 4th out of 9th, the girls look to improve their times and maybe make the jump up to 3rd, while the boys look to move up to 6th and maybe even 5th after placing 7th out of 10.
So the ski team's been improving their times by practicing. Coach Weibelin's been taking us through a lot of rigorous drills. You know, doing some of that.
We've been doing running gates, but not today. Today's a free ski because the weather is like really cold, and we have a race tomorrow and it's giant slalom.
We haven't been able to get on the slopes lately because of the rain, but yeah.
The King Philip Indoor Track Team is getting ready for the Hockomock Championships taking place next Thursday at 5:30. And we did have a team that broke a school record in the 4x2 at the Coaches Invitational last weekend. Congrats to Alex DiMatteo, Ali Gill, Maddie Hill, and Sarah Glaser, who finished the race with a time of 1:49.23.
I think the track team is a really good dynamic. Obviously we're broken up into sprinters and throwers and jumpers and runners, but at the end of the day everyone cheers for one another and is happy for one another. In the past couple weeks we've been doing a lot more workouts, some hill workouts, a lot of track workouts, speed for both distance and sprinters. I think there have been some ups and downs, but I think that with the 4x2 breaking the school record and making it to nationals, I think that's a huge accomplishment for them, and I think that really helped the morale of the team.
The swim team is ready to hit the water for the Hawk Championship meet today at 4 p.m., where swimmers like Santo Rizzo, Maddie Cleesby, Rachel Baylor, and Maeve Finn will be prepared to give their all to ensure a great performance. The team is looking to finish off the season on a high note and have been working hard trying to shave down their times so they can be the best for this big competition.
Yep.
You gotta get the shoulders stretched out and get all that going.
Is this how you become first?
Yeah, so
I'm
trying to shave down some of my times. I got this nice swimming today at 4. Everyone pop out. I'm gonna need the one to go crazy. Everyone cheer for me. You know, I'm out of breath, but you know, you don't have that good condition. Stretches get a little. They get complicated. You know, you're an athlete. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Coming off a previous losing weekend, the Bruins look to get back in the win column on Wednesday in an away matchup against the top-tier Toronto Maple Leafs. Behind the Bruins in the Atlantic Division, the Leafs look to make a statement, beating the #1 team in the NHL, but fell short with a final score of 5-2.
You know, the Bruins started off really hot, on pace to have the best record. They've been slowing down a bit recently, but they got a big win last night against the Toronto Maple Leafs, 5-2, so I think that could just fuel us to get back on track and keep our winning record.
Heading into All-Star Weekend, you can watch your favorite players from the Bruins compete in these fun competitions and see what division brings home the grand prize of $1 million. With the next game not being for another week, hopefully the Bruins don't lose their winning momentum and have some fun during their well-earned break. The Celtics game against the Lakers this past Saturday was pretty electric, with the C's winning in overtime 125-121. There was a very controversial no foul call on Jason Tatum at the end of the game that made a big difference in the outcome of the game. The refs swallowed their whistles on that one, sending Team LeBron into quite a tizzy. Lakers fans were furious, but the Celtics really needed that win to help them jumpstart after a little slump. Wednesday night, they owned the Nets with a big win, 139-96. The Celtics are home tonight against the Suns.
Big win for the Celtics on Wednesday. You know, we absolutely had a beat down on the Nets. You know, my boy Jay Tate went off. Jaylen Brown went off. And you know, don't forget about that guy Rob Will. You know, he a big dog. Big dogs gotta eat. Woof. Oof, oof. #1 in the East, #1 in the league.
The NFL Pro Bowl will take place this Sunday, and the rosters are looking stacked. Multiple players have opted out of the game, including quarterbacks Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, and due to injury, Tony Pollard. As we mentioned last week, the Manning brothers, Eli and Peyton, will make their coaching debut on opposite sides of the field. The starting quarterbacks will be Trevor Lawrence and Geno Smith. The league has decided to put the first ever flag football game this year, which will be a little strange for both the players and the fans, but it's obviously in the name of safety. Many new events have also been added, like the longest golf drive, epic pro dodgeball, kick-tac-toe, and the gridiron gauntlet. And of course, the big game is set. The Eagles and Chiefs will be facing off next Sunday for the Lombardi Trophy. Philly looks to finish off their near-perfect season by beating Mahomes and company. And it's sure to be an interesting game. Let the speculation begin.
Obviously, nobody wanted the Chiefs to come back again. Hate to see it, really do. But I also hate the Eagles. So this is going to be a tough watch for me, but in reality, I think the Chiefs are going to win this. It hurts me to say that.
Fly, Eagles, fly. Go Birds.
I think I'm speaking for everyone when I say this. I think the Eagles got to win this game.
I think the Kansas City Chiefs are going to choke this one, and I think the Eagles are just a better team.
Fly.
After 23 seasons in the NFL, Tom Brady has retired for good. The NFL legend revealed that he'd be retiring for real this time, a player that represented the sport of football to several generations. Tom Brady deserves an enormous amount of respect and will be remembered as one of the greatest of all time, if not the greatest. Tom Brady did nothing but win for most of his career, and in the process created several NFL legends like Julian Edelman, Rob Gronkowski, and Troy Brown. As the NFL world says goodbye to him on the field, he is slated to become an NFL commentator for Fox, possibly teaming up with Gronk and the broadcasters in the booth. There is some talk that he might be on the air for Fox's Super Bowl production.
I'm actually pretty glad that he's retiring. I don't want to see him in the NFL again next year because I feel like that's just a storyline year after year. What's Brady doing? He's going to retire. That being said, greatest of all time, easily greatest football player of all time, maybe greatest athlete of all time.
He's getting old, but that should not be an excuse to quit. Should never be an excuse to quit. Should always push.
Yeah, you watched him when you were little?
Of course I did, bro. Every kid did.
I'm gonna miss the guy, you know. Watched him play my whole life. He's been playing 23 years in the NFL. He's the GOAT, honestly, you know, best player, wins the most Super Bowls, most MVPs, basically set every record in the NFL.
The Patriots have already settled into the post-Brady era, and we all know how that's playing out. Despite a pretty unsuccessful season, they're already carrying out plans for 2023. The biggest news on that front so far is the return of Bill O'Brien as the O coordinator and QB coach. He is replacing Matt Patricia, and many hope he will be the solution to the Patriots' offensive problems. As they say, onward, upward. That's our broadcast for today. Get out there and support our winter athletes. There's a lot of action coming our way. We hope to see you here next week with all the updates.